He is one of the all-time great gentlemen of numismatics, Mr. Eric Newman.
Good afternoon. I'm going to talk today about some research that was really a lot of fun.
Hard times tokens were created out of necessity. In 1837, the U.S. Mint stopped paying out specie and no longer gave out cents in an amount below 50 cents. As a result, there was a major shortage of small change in commerce. Enterprising individuals and organizations stepped in to fill the gap. They created copper pieces, similar in size and composition to cents, and sold them, commonly for 50 or 60 cents per 100 pieces. They were purchased by merchants and housewives, who then put them into circulation as cents. Being unofficial issues, they were, of course, not well documented at the time. But in 1989, Newman researched their creation and suppression using one of the few surviving primary records.
All I did was read newspapers. And the greatest problem, of course, in reading newspapers was being diverted to all these exciting things about a two-headed cow and a murder here and there and all of the other excitement in newspapers that is the same as today, and so it is. So it's very, very hard to read a newspaper looking for something that you don't know whether it's there or whether it isn't there.
One of the key factors in how hard times tokens were promoted was the fear of being arrested. Counterfeiting was prohibited by legislation from 1792, which was commonly referenced, but this was actually repealed by the Act of March 3, 1825, which defines an illegal counterfeit as a piece in resemblance or similitude of any copper coin which has been or may hereafter be coined at the Mint of the United States, and be issued with intent to defraud. Many of the hard times tokens were offered for sale in newspapers and clearly labeled as tokens, or, in some cases, counters, which were also an item used in commerce.
There was a simple box frame on a table with compartments, and you used pieces of stone, small pieces of limestone. And as you were selling a guy 3 pickles for 2 cents a piece, that you'd put 2 for each of the 3 because he didn't calculate very well. You'd put 2 stones in the 1 cent box, and then 2 more and 2 more until you had 6 stones in the 1 cent box. Then you took 1 stone out of the 1 cent box and put it in the 5 cent box, took the other 4 and left 1, so that you now have your stones back and there's a 5 and a 1. Then you'd sell him something else for 10 cents or 14 cents or whatever it is, and you'd keep putting these stones into the 5, 10, 20, 50, and $1 compartments.
In addition, they were created with designs very different from U.S. cents, some even proudly proclaiming not 1 cent. Some featured advertising for stores or individuals, while others were used as propaganda. One focus of Newman's study was the "Am I Not a Man and a Brother" token, issued in New York City in late 1837. Only a few examples of this design, known as Low 54A, are known, but the similar "Am I Not a Woman and a Sister" token has a very high mintage. How are the two related, and were the brother tokens authentic?
Now, the Emancipator, I learned, was a religious weekly newspaper, and it began in 1833 in New York City and was circulated to those who had strong religious fundamental feelings. And one of its major features was an anti-slavery campaign. So I read it. I was so full of religion, I almost turned fundamentalist. But on one little tiny squib in an advertisement on November 23, 1837, I found the following advertisement. An artist in New Jersey has manufactured some anti-slavery copper medals similar in appearance to the new cents. They are nearly as heavy and are made of pure copper. On one side is a female slave in chains, and in an imploring attitude with the motto, "Am I not a woman and a sister?" The execution is admirably well done. On the reverse is in the center is the word liberty, and on the outside, United States of America. These medals can be had at the Anti-Slavery Office, 143 Nassau Street, in any quantity at $1 a hundred, which covers their actual cost. We'll go into that little bit of fibbing in a minute, but they say $1 a hundred covers their actual cost. It is proposed to make a similar medal with a man kneeling in chains with the motto, "Am I not a man and a brother?" The price will be the same. The Friends of Liberty have it in their power now to put a medal into the hands of every person in the country without cost, containing a sentiment of immense value. It is a tract that will not be destroyed. If it falls into the hands of an enemy of liberty, he will read and circulate it. So orders are solicited from all parts of the country, postpaid. Well, now if they cost them $1, now we're going to see they're going to have a loss if they sell them postpaid and so forth and so on, but we'll get into the cost later. There is the one and only advertisement for the sale of the anti-slavery token.
This confirmed that they were authentic and explained the drastically different mintages. The sister tokens didn't sell out fast enough for the brother tokens to begin production. Even with the fuzzy laws regarding their legality, some issuers were still arrested for their hard times tokens. E.H. Merrill, who sold his tokens as counters, was prosecuted on 5 separate counts of counterfeiting, and William H. Scoville, one of the largest producers of hard times tokens, was also prosecuted. Ultimately, the government couldn't stop them, and hard times tokens continued circulating through 1844. There simply wasn't enough legitimate coinage in circulation to support commerce, so the hard times tokens became a necessity. Today, hard times tokens are collected and can command impressive prices. Of the 4 Am I Not a Man and a Brother tokens known to exist, the Ford example, in XF, sold from Stax Bowers in 2004 for $71,875. More recently, the XF40 Newman piece sold for $70,500 in 2016. The most recently discovered piece was found in Canada in 2011. Graded fine details with environmental damage, it last sold in late 2019 for $19,200. The government may not have been happy about them, but hard times tokens have become an enduring area of numismatics. Newman left his fingerprint in the area in 1989, clarifying one of its mysteries, after plowing through the stories of two-headed cows and fundamentalist religion.
Any questions? I hope not, but you're welcome. Thanks a lot.